Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode, we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Ladies and fellas, welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey and the final double-digit episode. Big 99 next week, we're gonna have the big anniversary number 2. And what better way to, sorry my cables are entangled, what better way to finish off the second arc of this series than a structure deck episode with Emperor of Darkness and Rise of the True Dragons. And also, I think I've mentioned it a couple of times before at this point, but this is the last time you'll see a set breakdown like this. I feel like this serves very little purpose, so I figured like the second anniversary is a perfect point for me to change this formula a little bit. In the future, this will be just like a 20 to 30-second bit where it's an editor thing telling you when the set came out, what archetypes get support and what archetypes are new in the set, and then like 1 or 2 highlight cards that are like the chase cards or the like core cards from that set. I feel like it serves a lot more purpose and doesn't end up being rambly as these always end up being. So I'll take this opportunity to ramble one last time, but just look forward to that in the future. But yeah, Big 99 and Emperor of Darkness versus Rise of True Dragons. And this is an interesting matchup because I think like if you just look at the 2 decks, Emperor of Darkness I think is it's so much better than the Rise of True Dragons, But the Rise of True Dragons is a very consistent deck, and Monarchs are like the brick archetype. So there's an interesting mismatch there, and also there's one card in that you want to be constantly summoning in a True Dragons that kinda beats up the Emperor of Darkness. So I feel like this would be an interesting matchup regardless. But let's go over the Emperor of Darkness structure deck. First, we have Ether and Erebus, the Heavenly and Underworld Monarchs, and these are like the new monarchs essentially. Finally, monarchs have something to do when going first. Actually no, I'm gonna talk about this. I know I'm gonna talk about these in the deck breakdown anyway, and I'm sure Jeexx is gonna talk about some stuff anyway. So you know what? Let me not go over the effects. I was just gonna make this the longest set breakdown of all time. Let me not do that here. Essentially, these can be tribute summoned by attributing a tribute summoned monster. Then you can summon them with 1, and both of them on tribute summon you can send 2 monarch spell trap cards with different names from your hand and or deck to a graveyard to get effects, and then they also have effects when in the grave. Eidos and Edea, the squires, are essentially just a way to get these 2 tribute monarchs on the field easier. We'll go over those later in the deck breakdown. Then we have stuff that we already seen. We have Caillou, Zabor, Grammar, Mobius, Thestalos, and Ryza. We also have some vassals here: Lucius, Mithra, Landrope, Escher, Berdelin, and Garum. I think Mithra is the only one that you could feasibly maybe play, but the vassals are basically worthless at this point when we have the what's their faces? The Squires, Trigger here as well as Dandelion, Mathematician, Level Eater, a bunch of stuff that's easy to summon: Battle Fader, Rainbow Kariba. Pantheism of the Monarchs is probably the biggest new Monarch spell trap that they get, which essentially is just send another Monarch spell trap from your hand to graveyard to draw 2, and then you can banish it from the grave to get more Monarch spell traps in your hand, which is really good. Then just a bunch of other like spell trap support. Like I said, we'll cover this in the deck breakdown in more detail. Soul Charge also present here as well. and stuff like by the order of the Emperor, which is kind of weird to have here, because I mean you can. Sorry, I don't know why I always mix this up with royal oppression. Yeah, and sorry, this is just for you. So, but obviously you want to be the one who's normal summoning stuff more than the Rise of True Dragons. And Archbrave Dragon and Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand are the biggest ones here immediately. Basically, when they're summoned from the grave, Felgrand banishes a monster their opponent controls or in their grave and gains permanent attack and defense boost equal to the monster's rank or level. And this is the thing that really destroys the monarchs easily, because you want them to end up in the grave. And then it also gives you more summons. And then Archbrave banishes spell and traps. Basically a Harpy's Feather Duster, but banishing, and also gets an attack and defense boost for these banished cards. And then it also helps you when it goes to the grave, it helps you summon out stuff like Felgrand. Essentially, like these two, they can summon out each other, and that's the loop that you want to create. And then you have Dragon Out of Creation, Paladin Felgrand, all of these, like, these are essentially here, as you can see, like, to fill your graveyard and to also summon out stuff from your grave. A lot of this stuff is kind of pointless here, apart from the stuff that gives you just a loop. Red of Darkness Metal obviously gives you access to your dragons from the deck. Eclipse Wyvern, same thing kind of there. White Dragon Wyvern Burster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, sorry. Obviously gets you a nice loop. And then you have like good light ones like Jane and Raiden, as well as Card Trooper to just fill out your grave. So Dragon Lords is a way to summon out, get stuff out from your grave, summon out tokens. Return of the Dragon Lords is just a better monster board for specifically level 7 and 8 dragon monsters. Ravine, obviously, we know what Ravine does. Then we just have good stuff, Trading, Foolish Burial, Hand Destruction, Rhoda there as well. Terraforming to always find Dragon Ravine, like Church of the Light Brigade. Just a lot of good like consistency stuff, even like some negation in the way of breakthrough skill here as well. But like I said, like the consistency of the Rise of True Dragons is actually like very impressive, because you have so many ways to recur stuff, but you also have so many ways to get into Ravine. Ravine gets you basically your whole loop started. When you get these two in the grave, like after that, like you're just going. But I guess like fittingly for the final set breakdown that I'm doing like this ended up being 7 minutes, which is insane. I'm so sorry for that. But like I said, in the future, this will be much more concise, and honestly, I feel like just make more sense than just to be another Rebel section. But hopefully you enjoyed this regardless. Thank you so very much for sticking with us through almost 100 episodes at this point. This has been such a fun series to make, and we will continue on improving it as we move along. But thank you very much for watching the set breakdown. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the deck building sections next.
Okay, so we're doing Rise of the True Dragons versus Monarchs. I don't even know. I think it's the Emperor of Darkness or some shit. Don't care. Really don't care. It's just fucking Monarchs. Nobody should ever care about Monarchs. Okay, guys? Monarchs do not deserve your fucks. Do not give them any. So, we have Archbrave Dragon. It is a level 7 light dragon monster with the effect of if this card is spell summoned from the graveyard, you can banish as many face-up spell trap cards your opponent controls as possible. And if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each banished. Once per turn in the standby phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there last turn, you can target one level 7 or level 8 dragon monster in your graveyard, except Archbrave Dragon, and special summon it. So you can't summon another copy of itself either, which makes it not loop. That's Light Pulsar had this problem essentially. Or Light Pulsar could just like loop itself pretty much thanks to being able to summon out Darkness Metal Dragon. And yeah, obviously they probably considered that as a problem that might exist with this thing, so they put a clause in it that prevents you from doing it. Collapse Serpent, banish a light from your graveyard. You can spell summon this card using that, and then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Wyvern Burster from your deck to your hand, which is the same card except that it's light instead of dark. Card Trooper, mill 3 cards, gains 500 for each card milled. When it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, draw 1 card. Then we have the actual title card of the deck, Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. If this card is spell summoned from the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls or in the graveyard while banishing. you can target one monster in your opponent controls or in their graveyard and banish it. And if you do, this card gains attack and defense equal to the banished monster's original level / rank times 100. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one level 7 or level 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, and except Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand and spell summon to your side of the field. Dragon Knight of Creation. Increase this card's level by 4 during your opponent's turn only. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can send one level 7 or level 8 dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one level 7 or level 8 dragon monster in your graveyard, and send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon that monster. So it might look like that this is the same effect as this effect that says if you destroy a monster. It is not, just to make it clear. You can use this effect when you summon this card, you can just dump a card and special summon a card. It's kind of shit how badly this is formatted in OCG. I'm pretty sure this has a separate like bullet point on it, so you know. You can only use this effect of Dragon Knight Creation once per turn. And then we have Aaron, Lightsworn Monk. If it battles a Defense Blizzard monster, shuffle that monster in the deck. And once per turn, during your end phase, send 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. Guardian of Felgrand. If this card normal or special summon, you can equip one level 7 or level 8 dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. And this card gains attack and defense equal to half of the attack and defense of that monster equipped to it by this effect. You contribute one monster in this card. You can then target a level 7 or level 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard and special summon. Yain gains 300 during battle phase, or attack step, damage step, and mill 2 at the end of turn. Kinmodo, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon one dragon type monster from your hand. You cannot spell summon monsters except dragon type monsters, nor conduct your battle phase the turn you acted this effect. Paladin Felgrand. If this card is normal spell summon, you can equip a level 7 or level 8 monster from your hand or deck to this card. This card is unaffected by other monsters' effects while equipped with an equipped card. You can contribute one monster and this card, then target one level 7 or level 8 dragon monster in your graveyard and spell summon it. Raiden, level 4, tuner during the main phase, mill 2, gains 200 attack for each Lightsworn milled, and at the end of turn, mill 2. Darkness Spell Dragon. Spell summon this card by banishing a face-up dragon monster you control. You can only spell summon Red Ice Darkness Spell Dragon once per turn this way. During the main phase, you can spell summon a dragon monster from your graveyard, except Red Ice Darkness Spell Dragon once per turn. Back in my day, this card used to not be a hard once per turn, and back in my day, it used to be the strongest dragon card ever printed, guys. Did you know? Did you know that it was very powerful back in the day of 2012? It was very, very strong. It was in every single dragon deck. No, but in all seriousness, this card is it's one of those cards that got an errata at some point, and the errata essentially just changed one of its functions to be a hard once per turn, which is arguably the best kind of errata. But I would still have preferred them to not change this card and just print a different card with the same effect with a limitation, and just keep this card banned forever. I prefer that. I think that's a better overall choice for the game. Wingbeat of a Giant Dragon. In case I have to deal with a lot of spell traps, I can maybe use this to bounce some stuff to my hand. Like, for example, well, this doesn't work because it's only level 8 on my opponent's turn, but still. Like, bounce any of my other ones to hand to destroy all spell traps. Charge the Library Gate to mill cards and search for Raiden or Yain or Eren. And Dragon Ravine, because Dragon Ravine is Giga Broken. It's fucking insane in this deck. Foolish Burial, so that I can also use, like, Foolish Burial is essentially a Arcbrave Dragon or a Divine Lord Felgrand in the grave. It's pretty big, it's pretty huge. I should probably be playing 3 copies of Arcbrave in this deck, but you know. Reinstalled Army is essentially an extra copy of Guardian and Paladin and also Yain and even Raiden, which can all be pretty good, pretty useful overall. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords. If a monster is special summoned, except from the graveyard while you control a level 7 or 8 dragon monster, negate that face-up special summoned monster's effects until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Once per turn, you can send one other face-up card you control to the graveyard and special summon one Dragon Lord token. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one level 7 or 8 dragon monster from your hand or face-up on the field of the graveyard and add this card to your hand. So essentially, this allows you to, when you normally summon like Guardian of Felgrand, it allows you to equip one of the cards in your graveyard to a Guardian of Felgrand, and then send that card back to the graveyard using the effect of the ruins, and then you get to summon a token, and now you contribute the token and the Guardian to summon out the card that you sent to the graveyard just now. It's kind of hard to get this card to properly function, but with Dragon Ravine in the deck, it's like surprisingly powerful. Terraforming for 2 extra copies of Dragon Ravine. I should probably play 3 of these. In all honesty, breakthrough skill for negation and like just generally protection and dealing with certain cards that I might not have the opportunity to deal with on my turn by preventing them from dealing with my board on their turn. Call the Haunted for an extra way of summoning out like the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which is arguably the most important card to summon out. Extra copy of Collapse Serpent, extra copy of Core Trooper, 1 copy of Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, 3rd copy of Dragon Knight of Creation, Guardian of Felgrand, Kidmodo, Viper Burster. There's like nothing new in here. There's just extra copies for all of the 2-offs pretty much in the deck. That about does it. I think overall this deck is a fairly strong contender. Like, I think Monarchs are better. Like, Monarchs as a deck are obviously better. Like, this deck is not gonna perform in like a proper environment, but Monarchs as a deck were so good and so powerful at the time that they were played they were played in every single regional, every single YCS, every single tournament, everywhere, because they were just easy to build, easy to get a hold of, and all of the cards that you wanted to put in there were just staples that you had like lying around from other decks already. So I think this structure deck is better than the Emperor Darkness one in a head-on, like one-on-one. But the Emperor Darkness cards are overall better in quality. But yeah, that about does it. Good luck with the games.
And welcome back, guys and gals, and here is what we are playing today. So we're playing the Emperor of Darkness structure deck, and this is what we're working with. So as always, we'll just go through the deck, card by card, and no extra deck this time, as I don't think either of these structure decks had extra decks, but we all even have like stuff that wants to not have an extra deck anyway. Starting us off, we have the new big 2 tribute Monarchs in Erebus and Aether. Starting us off with Erebus, both of them can be tribute summoned by tributing 1 tribute summoned monster, and then both of them have an effect where if they are tribute summoned, you can send 2 Monarch spell traps with different names from your hand and or deck to your graveyard, and then get an effect. For Erebus, that effect is shuffling one card from your opponent's hand at random, graveyard, or their side of the field into the deck. The hand card is random, but the other 2 you get to pick. And the ones between doing either player's main phase, if Erebus is in your grave, you can discard a mana spell trap to target a monster in your graveyard with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense, and add it back to your hand. Essentially, when he's in the underworld, he's watching over and giving you more stuff. But important here, if this isn't in your graveyard, then you do this, so you can also add Erebus himself with the effect. And for Aether, the tribute summon effect after sending spell traps is special summoning out a monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck, but you return it to the hand during the end phase, and then during your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your grave, you can is in your hand, sorry, not grave. It descends from above, and I don't know why I said grave, right? In your hand, you can banish a Monarch spell trap from your graveyard to then immediately after this resolves, tribute summon this card as a quick effect. Which then, once again, like, because it's a tribute summon, then you get the other as well, as long as you have Monarch spells to send to your grave, and then you get to summon out one of the Monarchs that will do stuff. Obviously, in this case, they won't do anything. What Aether wants to do is to summon the this card, Curse the Light Monarch, because it's normal or special summon, you get the pop stuff. But unfortunately, we don't have access to that in the structure deck, and as per our rules, we're not allowed to add stuff outside of them. But normally with Aether, obviously, you would want to play Kuraz. Then for the stuff to enable our Monarchs, we have a single Mythrid Hunter Vassal, where if this card is in your hand, you can activate its effect. You cannot special summon a monster from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Special summon this card and special summon a Vassal token to your opponent's field in defense position. And then if this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can activate this effect. You can tribute summon 1 monster during your main phase this turn in addition to your normal summon or set. Essentially what this does is you special summon out this, use the Monarch Stormfront to then tribute your opponent's thing, as well as Mithra, if you want to go for a 2 tribute thing, or you can only tribute out Mithra for one of these things, one of the 1 tribute Monarchs, and then use the effect of it being tributed. You can now tribute summon it, and again, then you can summon out Erebus or Aether using the tribute summoned Monarchs. Mithra is fine, but we're only running it at 1 copy, because more often than not, we would rather see one of the squires. We have Edea, the Heavenly Squire, and Aedis, the Underworld Squire, 3 at 2 copies, and the reason for that is we want to see Edea first. If a day is normal spell summon, you can spell summon a monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from a deck in defense position, except Adea, and then you can spell summon a monster from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished monarch spell traps added to your hand. So obviously, it just gives you back stuff when it is used as tribute fodder. You want to banish out the stuff like Pantheism and other stuff for more value, which is really good. And the normal special summon this, since it's except Adea, you can summon out Mithra, but you would rather get out Eidos, where Eidos, if it's normal spell summon during your main phase this turn, you can tribute summon a monster in addition to your normal summon set. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard to target a monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense in your graveyard, except Eidos to spell summon it in defense position, and then you can spell summon a monster from the extra deck on the rest of this turn. Obviously, you summon out your normal Adea, you special out Eidos, you get the extra tribute, then you use this, then you'll have Eidos in the grave to use the banish if needed, and you'll get Adea to add back a monarch spell trap from that you have banished, which usually wants to be Pantheism. So these two just get your monarchs going, and then the single tribute monarchs that we're running are a single Mobius to pop back row, a single Ryza if we want to set Jeexx back a turn, and Caius to banish any monsters. And since we don't have that much draw or super consistency here, Battle Fader and Rainbow Kuribo are here to stall and hip life total, and also obviously can serve as tribute fodder as well. Battle Fader, direct attack, you special summon it, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. And the Rainbow Kuribo, when your opponent declares an attack, you can equip Rainbow Kuribo to that attacking monster. It can attack while equipped. And then when an opponent's monster declares direct attack while this card is in your grave, you can special summon it out, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. Battle Fader definitely the better one, because it's much more consistent to have as a fodder, because it ends the battle phase. Single Soul Charge, because we can summon back out like any of our stuff to then use as our tribute fodder. We don't really care about losing the battle phase that way. Pantheism of the Monarchs, what we want to basically always be seeing in our hands. Send a Monarch spell trap card from your hand to a graveyard to draw 2, obviously insane, and you can banish this card from your graveyard to reveal 3 Monarch spell traps from your deck. Your opponent chooses one for you to add to your hand, and if you do, you shuffle the rest back into the deck. Obviously incredibly good, like you get this in the grave by essentially just drawing 2. You lose another Monarch spell trap, but a lot of them have graveyard effects, so it's not too bad. And then like banishing this, like you get to add it back with Adea to draw even more cards. So Pantheism is what we want to be always seeing pretty much. Number of the True Monarchs, not as important now because the Rise of True Dragons also doesn't have an extra deck, but normally like this would be incredibly good. Well, you have no cards in your extra deck and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster. Your opponent cannot special summon a monster from the extra deck. Obviously an incredibly powerful limitation. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 during damage calculation only, and then once per turn you can reduce the level of one monster with 2800 and 1000 defense in your hand by 2 until the end of this turn. And this essentially just means that if you can't find the squires, you can also summon Erebus and Aether with a single tribute with Domain. It just does a lot. Obviously a little less in this episode specifically, but it's still an incredibly good card. Then we have 2 March of the Monarchs. Tribute summon monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, although neither player can target them with card effects, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. This is here because literally Felgrand just absolutely destroys us, so we need to be protected, but Felgrand's banish is a targeting, so with this we can protect ourselves from that until Archbrave Dragon just banishes this, and then we're just won't. But that's just the matchup that we have signed up for today. Then we have the Monarch Stormfront at 3 copies. Once during this turn, if you would tribute a monster for a tribute summon, you can tribute 1 monster your opponent controls, even though you do not control it. And then during the turn you activate this card, you spell summon, can't special summon a monster from the extra deck, which obviously we don't care. Essentially just tribute your opponent's monster for your Monarchs. Very simple and good. The turn of the Monarchs is a way to keep our supply of Monarchs going. Can special summon a monster from the extra deck, and when you tribute summon a monster, you can activate one of these effects. You add from your deck to your hand a monster with 2400 attack and 1000 defense with a different name on the tribute summon monster, or a 2800 attack and 1000. And then the tribute summon monster must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Essentially just, when you tribute summon a monster, add a Monarch to your hand. Pretty good. Tenacity of the Monarchs is reveal a monster in your hand with, once again, the Monarch set line to add a Monarch spell trap card from your deck to your hand, except Tenacity. This is a way for us to get usually Pantheism into our hand, but stuff like Monarch Stormfront is also good to get with this. By Monarch, once per turn you can target 2 Monarch spell traps in your graveyard, shuffle them in the deck, then draw 1. Much less gonna happen. Usually we will be using the graveyard effect. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish a Monarch spell trap from your graveyard to spell summon this card as essentially a normal monster Monarch stat line. It's a way for us to get it as get a body on the field and then have a tribute fodder. But both are good effects. The issue is just it's a trap. At the final, we have Escalation of the Monarchs once per turn during your opponent's main phase or your battle phase. Opponent's battle phase, sorry. You can tribute summon a monster. This with Monarch Stormfront is really good disruption, obviously, because it's essentially a quick effect kaiju almost. So it's pretty good. And then for our side deck, we just have a third copy of Eidos if we feel like we need more of that. One extra copy of all of the Monarchs, because in testing, like, sometimes was really hard to actually find those. 2 more Rainbow Karibo if we are getting beat up like crazy. Enemy Controller, 3 copies. It can either be used once again to just protect our life total, or we can actually use it to trade something like Battle Fader to tribute Jeexx's monster for our Monarchs. Third copy of Return of the Monarchs, as well as a Strike of the Monarchs here, where you can tribute a face-up level 5 or higher normal summoned or set monster and target a face-up card on the field that negates its effect and draw 1. And the negation is until the end of turn, and then if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and declare an attribute. All face monster currently on the field become that attribute. It's nothing too crazy because we don't have the Mega Monarchs here. This would be better with the Mega Monarchs, and overall it's just like, is it worth it to do this out of desperation? Maybe. So that's why it's in the side deck. I don't know. March of the Monarchs also here at a third copy if we need it, because if we really want to protect from the protection from Felgrand. Second copy of Escalation of the Monarchs if we constantly find ourselves wanting to tribute summon in Jeexx's turn. And then finally 2 copies of the Monarch's Erupt, where you can only activate this card if you have no cards in your extra deck and control a tribute summoned monster. You negate the effects of all face monsters on the field, while those monsters are face on the field except tribute summoned monsters. And then do your end phase if you control no tribute summoned monsters, send this to the graveyard. A lot of conditions to fill, and it being a continuous trap. On top of that, like the effect is good, but especially like against something like Arc Brave, it's like, I don't know. It's a hard maybe. It's a big swing if we can fill the conditions, but I feel like I'd rather have more consistent ways to just get our Monarchs and get our value loop going, so that's why it's in the side deck. Like I said, no extra deck, because we are playing tons of cards that don't want us to have an extra deck, and it makes sense for this deck to not have an extra deck, so it was not there, so we're not playing it. And that is it. Thank you so very much for watching the deck breakdowns, and once again, like, thank you for sticking with the series. Look forward to a big chungus of an episode next week with the big 100 anniversary number 2. Leave us your comments, your favorite episode from the second arc of the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, and we will see you in the Dueling Zone next. So thank you so very much. See you there. What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome to episode 99 of the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. Boy, we've almost been here for 2 whole years. That is insanity. But Jeexx today, Rise of the True Dragons versus not Monarchs, Emperor of Darkness. How are you feeling about the episode today and the fact that we've done 99 episodes after this?
So, first off, when you started recording, I legitimately didn't remember what I was playing.
That's awesome.
I built this deck last week. And then I built 6 or 7 decks for the anniversary episode, which I'm kind of spitballing still, like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. And I just forgot what this deck was entirely. I don't remember what I put in and what I didn't put in. So, not very high hopes for this set, I'm going to admit. And as for the 99 episodes, I think it's kind of surreal. Because like the only other thing that I can think of that I've been doing this consistently for this long, like the 2020s, has been studying, rating, and now this. So
Fuck yeah,
it's
that's awesome. But yeah,
scary.
next week is gonna be the fabled anniversary episode. Once again, we're gonna have 3 decks, and I can once again tell you that it's 3 decks from this era, episodes 51 to episode 99. Like literally, the sets that came out in that time frame are eligible for that. We are gonna allow some banned cards, but other than that, like there will be no real limitations to the decks and what you can play. It's literally just an X amount. I think for now we've settled for you have 5 banned cards that you can play in all of those 3 decks. So combined 5 banned card in all of those 3. You can have multiple copies of any of them except for Soul Charge, because we did like Soul Charge essentially is banned. Like we talked about that, but we figured like one last hurrah for Soul Charge, like because I think it pretty shortly after gets banned and anyway. But we
I'm
also
pretty sure it's
just
already bad at this point.
oh, it might actually be because I was thinking like, it's 2017 or 2018? But yeah, I think it's 2017. You're right. So yeah, Soul is so common, so we decided to ban it. But just for this, like one last hurrah, you're allowed to play 1 Soul Charge, and then Vanities and Shockmaster are just completely banned because those cards are not fun. And I guess also, what is the most degenerate card in Necros? The ritual support thing, where essentially if you ritual summon using it, then as long as the ritual summon card, it just imprints another line of text into the ritual summon card, which is pretty degenerate. So also that. But other than that, like 3 decks, and we'll also have 3 announcements for that episode, and there'll be one after each game. Because in case it's a 3-0 sweep, there's still something after all of those. And we'll still make sure that we see all 3 of both of our decks. I will warn you in advance, though, 2 of those announcements are kind of just give me whatever's. But the last one, I think, is pretty exciting. But that is not here yet. That is for next week. And for now, let's get started with Emperor of Darkness and Rise of True Dragons. And I can see you're playing 43 cards, and
yeah, why?
I also
did you break?
final thing. Yeah, I was gonna say I did 2 test hands before this, and both of those were bricks, and we just talked afterwards, and I was like, yeah, I think like that's honestly the best way to do test hands for Monarchs is to just 2 test hands, both are bricks. Is like, oh yeah, I'm playing Monarchs, we're good to go. And I am happy to inform you, I am going to set 1 and pass.
Yes.
That is literally everything. Dude,
we stay winning, bros. We stay. Never give up. Never back down. I activate Dragon Ravine. Ooh. I would like to declare the effect of Dragon Ravine by discarding a card from my hand. I shall discard an actually no.
It's pretty fun. Like you have a consistent deck, but the payoffs are kind of whack. And then I have like good payoffs, but the consistency is non-existent.
It's perfect. This is like the perfect mismatch.
Yeah, this is what Yin and Yang taught us.
I would like to send a Dragon Master from my deck to the graveyard. Is this okay?
Yep, I have nothing for the Scent of Felgrand.
I shall send to the graveyard a Arc Brave Doragon, which has the effect of if this card if this is in the graveyard during the standby phase, I get to summon a level 7 or 8 from the graveyard except this card.
Yep.
Then I shall normal summon a Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn, and I activate its effect. I would like to mill 2 cards.
That is perfectly fine.
Alright, for each Lightsworn monster, he gains 200 attack. So he is now 2,100 attack. Those are my only 2 copies of Giant in the entire deck, by the way.
That is
I swing for
hefty. When is the summon of Arcbrave? It's
next standby.
Oh wait.
Next standby.
Oh yeah, during the standby phase. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I'll Malfader this.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. End phase, mill 2, pass.
The fact that we're almost at a episode 100, we're in 2017, and these are the first two turns.
Now, in your standby phase, I
Yep.
would like to activate the effect of Archbrave Dragon, special summoning out Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, and has
Yep.
the effect of when it is summoned, I would like to pop a monster that you control.
Yep.
I would
And
like to
there's
actually
only
wait,
one.
banish it.
Battle Fader gets banished anyway because it gets summoned by its own effects.
Damn.
But yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it gains 100.
0-0, baby.
That's funny. All right. And then I guess we will fire off a Tenacity of the Monarchs.
What the fuck is this?
I would like to reveal in my hand Erebus the Underworld Monarch. To add a Monarch spell trap from my deck to my hand, except another copy of Tenacity. So is this okay?
No, I would like to Ash Blossom your Tenacity.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that, so Now the question here, you always get Pantheism, right?
I think so. I believe that is the game. The case, yeah.
Because Pantheism is just draw 2, right? From your okay, so it turns out I bricked, and I really did brick. I guess we will instead add to my hand a domain of true monarchs.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, you'll see the first time you read Pantheism why I did this. So,
okay.
Yeah. I would like to activate domain of true monarchs, and I think this is the first time in the entire fucking series when we had 2 field spell active at the same time.
It's glorious.
Then I would like to activate the effect to reduce the level of one monster with the 800 attack and 1000 defense in my hand by 2, and I would like to pick the Erebus that I have.
Yeah.
And then I would like to activate the Monarch's Stormfront.
Yeah. And then you would like to tribute, I would assume, my Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, right?
I mean, the deck is full of attack boosting, but honestly, I mean, it doesn't matter. Both of them, if anything happens here, like both of them should end up in the grave. Assuming I want to do this, I guess I could also. No, it's gotta be the hand rip. Yeah, I would like to tribute using Felgrand, and I would like to tribute summon out said Erebus.
Okay.
It is tribute summon, so I would like to send 2 Monarch spell traps with different names from my hand or deck. And I would like to send the Prime Monarch and Pantheism of the Monarchs. And I would like to shuffle a random card from your hand in the deck. So we will spin, and I will send the middle one.
Oh yeah, this goes back to the deck. Yep.
Yep, and then can I do... I manage this to summon this, as it doesn't matter. I can... Sure.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
I will banish from my grave Pantheism.
Yeah.
To... Can I... Okay, it doesn't have the declare here, so... Oh yeah, it's choose anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I will banish this, and then I will pick 3 Monarch spell traps, and you will pick 1 to add to my hand, and then the rest gets shuffled back. I'll just banish these for a little bit, and then it'll be easy. Actually, I'll do this. It's easier. I would like to pick a Pantheism, another Pantheism, and then the card which I'm guessing is gonna be the one that you end up giving me, because Pantheism is essentially just a pot of greed. So Monarch Stormfort.
I mean, to be fair, Stormforth is a more problematic card for me to deal with, so you could present the argument that it would be worthwhile for me to not do that.
Yeah, it's
but at the same time, I think I will pick the Stormforth.
All right, Stormfort to my hand, and the rest get shuffled back into the deck. So we will give it a good old shuffle. If I'm clicking shuffle, but nothing is happening, so I'm worried it's still on top. Oh yeah. Okay, now everything. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I can just quickly go there and then go out, and that'll be fine. So this is fine. Sure. And then I would like to proceed to the battle phase. And I would like to swing over Raiden with Urbus, who is now 3,600 when swinging because of thingy-majingy. Then we will go main 2, and I think that is all she wrote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the I was gonna say, like, and now you can't extra summon from the extra deck, but it doesn't matter because there is nothing. There isn't even an extra deck in.
It's over for me, fellas. I would like to activate the effect of Dragon Ravine, discarding Arcbrave to send a card from my deck to the graveyard. Yeah, I would like to send.
Nothing for this.
A. This is mildly annoying, I must admit, because I seem to have made a mistake.
The issue in this matchup is Felgrand banishing stuff.
Yes, it is, most definitely. That will cause problems in the long term.
Which is interesting, because usually, like, if you just look at the two structures, I think the Monarch one is definitely better, but in the matchup specifically, it's actually not that great because of exactly that interaction and the fact that you don't have an extra deck in the first place. So what would usually be a blowout to some decks is Domain.
I send Divine Dragon Lore Felgrand to the graveyard.
That's terrifying.
Yes. And then I would like to normal summon a... Let me double check. Oh, it doesn't let me do that yet. No? No, it does. It does. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard and target alone. So, I would like to normal summon Dragon Knight of Creation, activating its effect to send a card from my hand to the graveyard, and targeting a level 7 or 8.
It is when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. You can do that.
No.
Oh, it also has that too. Wait, why did I give you the better deck? Oh,
you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard and target level 7 or level 8.
Oh, this is fucked up. Yep.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Nothing on that.
Yeah, then I would like to summon out the Felgrand that I sent, and when it's summoned, I would like to banish that guy, and I gain half of it. Right? Is it half?
It's 800.
So
it's
800.
100 per level. So it becomes pretty big.
It's permanent too, right? That's
pretty good. So. Yeah.
And then swing for 3.6 Battle Fader.
I would like to preserve my life, so also another Battle Fader.
Yeah. And then go next turn.
Yep. And then standby happens.
Main. And then let me see what this thing actually says. Okay, it says except Arcbrave Dragon, which is very important.
If you could summon another copy of it, that would be pretty damn crazy.
It would be pretty good.
I will say having 2 Felgrands is also pretty good, so...
I think the bigger issue with having 2 Felgrands is the fact that I can't seem to be killing monsters in battle. So...
I mean, you have an infinite resource loop. I know you don't have cards in your hand right now, but you have essentially an infinite resource loop.
Like, I guess you could argue that... Why is this not working? The game is.
Yeah,
Oh my
the like
God.
dueling book is. It's also showing like view an opponent's graveyard, even though I'm not there. So I
Yeah.
think dueling book is just coughing up blood a little bit.
Good old dueling book.
Yep,
Oh
but only
my
one
God.
target, so I will banish the elevator.
It doesn't particularly matter because obviously, well, like,
I mean, you
you don't need a
get to
card to
become
tribute.
a 2900. Oh, it is like really coughing up blood. It's still showing viewing opponent's graveyard, which was literally our last turn. So I think we might be here for a while.
Fucking hell, man.
I was thinking like this might be a pretty rough matchup, but I didn't realize how fucking awful it was gonna be.
I mean,
I literally need to pray at some point that you're not, drawing good cards, but the fact that you open Dragon Ravine kind of makes that harder.
yeah.
I think
And
now we're in
also,
real time though. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess what we need to do here is. Yeah, I need to do this. So I would like to activate the effect of the Prime Monarch to banish a Monarch spell trap, which I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we'll banish Stormfront. Summon this card out as a normal monster.
Yeah.
Then I would like to once again activate Stormfront. And yep, you already know. I would like to tribute both of these out for either the Heavenly Monarch.
Yep.
And then once again, we will send two. This is different names too. Yep. And for this, I think. We'll send a Prime Monarch and. Do I still send? I'll still send Pantheism. Which will get me a special of a Dooba-Dooba-Dooba-Dabba. And it will return to my hand during the end phase. And I think we will go for. Actually. I think I'll go for Ryza.
Yep.
And yeah. All right.
Oh fuck! Actually, I need to side. Oh.
The tilt is just immediate. Like go on that.
Man. Watching Monarchs play is just the biggest tilter in the world.
Yeah, I mean.
Monarch players are actually the only players that, like, I think don't deserve rights in this game. 6M players are cool. Blackwing players are cool. Monarchs are just like, I'm just looking at this thing. Yep. Yep. I'm lucky in this matchup because I'm playing a deck that doesn't do anything that Monarchs actually like interact with or don't like. But
oh my god, there's no fucking. At least I have a draw face now, so we can get out of this.
Oh no!
This is so fucking funny. Like I can fix this hand actually, if I get the right draw. But
okay, then maybe we're gaming. We were gaming.
If you activate Dragon Ravine, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's Dragon.
Dude, you have 43 cards in your deck. What the fuck? Why am I sitting here like breaking every game, and then it's like, yep, I just open Ravine every game.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know. It's It is what it is at this point.
Oh, pitching that though, I don't think your hand is very good, huh? Or you just have two of this in your hand, which I guess would make your hand not very good.
I mean, you don't have anything in your special summon, so it doesn't do anything. It's a useless card.
Yeah, but I mean, you will get something in circulation. with Ravine. So
Yeah. No matter what happens, I will get something, and that itself is going to be not the worst of times. I would like to send Arc Brave, and then I would like to activate Foolish to send
Felgrand,
Felgrand,
yeah.
and then. But yeah, like just to be clear, the reason why I scooped last round was specifically because no matter what happens, I can't win from that position.
I mean, yeah,
It's over.
Dude, you have gotta be
I
fucking kidding me.
next turn I draw a dead card, and regardless of what happens, it's GG. I take
Dog.
2,800 damage.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and your standby, I get Felgrand.
yep. Uh, yep. Go for it.
Oh. Okay.
And this guy has an open lights player.
Terraforming?
Mono player don't get. Yep. Go for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait,
Discarding.
you open all the consistency cards in your deck in your opening hand, and I opened this. I'm playing clean.
To be fair, I opened two of them.
Okay, you had Ravine and Foolish
But,
Burial.
yeah,
Shush.
yeah, which is like, but I have I have 5 copies of one, and I have 3 copies of the other. And it's like, okay, it can be infinitely worse if one of the cards that I drew is a better card, right?
Why did they not give fucking Pot of Duality to this deck, bro?
That
It
is
makes
a
no
fair
sense.
question. I would like to summon Guardian of Felgrand
Go for it.
and equip to it the Arcbrave Dragon in my graveyard. It gains half of its attack, so it gains 1,700.
Or becomes.
Sorry, it gains. What that? It becomes. Wait, what?
Yeah, it gains the 12.
Oh yeah.
So it becomes 1,700.
Yeah, and then. Don't think. Dragon Ravine, discard.
Mm-hmm.
Red Ice Darkness, Metal Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Call the Haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Red Ice Darkness, Metal Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Then Battle Fader.
I wish. So what is it? It's 56, 66, 73.
Yeah. West.
Dude.
That's awful.
Dude, this is, you can't make this shit up when half of all of my monsters are monarchs and I am not drawing a single one. You can't make this shit up.
That's insane.
I mean, this is like, that is a statistical anomaly, but still the fact that that has happened so many times, I literally think I don't need it. That is literally 1 out of 10 billion fucking things. I guess we'll do this. It is a statistical anomaly, and I know it, but literally the fact that that has happened 4 times is insane. So I guess we'll do this just for it. What a fun game.
Yeah, it's a...
What a terrible fucking deck, dude. Why is there no pot here?
Monarchs are legitimately the most tilting deck that I can think of, specifically because of this kind of bullshit. It's like, it's not fun to play, it's not fun to play against, and it's arguably the most toxic kind of deck in the game. Which is, it's a stun deck that has punching power. Which is like, you can't even swing over the stun pieces. Your opponent doesn't even have to rely on things to keep their stun pieces on board.
I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. I guess I need to go for this. We'll go Monarch Stormfront. And all yours.
Okay, stand by me. I'm gonna double check ruling real quick.
It's a simple deck, so I would probably like enjoy this if for the fact that I could fucking play pot. I'm about to pivot like literally week before out of like the 3 decks that I've already built for the anniversary episode Monarchs, which is
Just
just gonna be the same fucking deck. I'll literally just throw 3 pot in just to prove a fucking point.
hell yeah, yeah. Like
I'm
that's fair.
I'm dead
That's
ass
fair.
considering it.
Um, it should work. When a card says I can send a card from my hand, and then it says I can target. It should work. Yeah, yeah.
If it's then yeah, you can pitch and then
Yes.
you can pick the one that's in your grave.
I was just double checking that. Mill 3 for attack gain.
Yep.
Then swing for 1.9.
And Heart Brave. Oh, that sucks. Honestly, no, I'll just fucking battle fader this.
I mean, the Arc Brave won't do anything.
Yeah, no, it's. I was expecting there to be something else there too, but luckily not.
Because I needed to get the normal summon to use
Yeah,
Heart Trooper.
Stormfront, use both for Erebus. Erebus effects. I will send. Once again, I think. Do I even send Pantheism? I definitely do. No, 100% it's Pantheism Prime Monarch every time. Yeah, you already shuffled, so we can just do this. Anything but 6. Thank you. Let's get rid of this one. And do either of these do anything? Not really. We'll go for Pantheism. And once again, Pantheism, and Stormfront.
Yeah, it has to be Stormforth every time, pretty much.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
No matter how.
So it needs to be. It's 2 bad choices, but it's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
28, and that'll be all she wrote. I wonder if it would have been worth it to just summon Prime Monarch just to put you on the clock, but I don't think so. Maybe it'll come back to bite me, but.
Summon Dragon Knight of Creation.
Yep.
Banish Dragon Knight of Creation. Special summon Red Ice Darkness. Special summon Arc Brave using Red Ice Darkness.
Yep.
Trade.
That's funny. Yep. I can nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I have to trade.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's like nothing I can really do about it.
What is the? Oh yeah. What's the using Discord Monarch to target one monster? Oh yeah, it's can't add itself. It's something else. Yeah, and then 24.
Yeah. And then.
Bro, we are playing fucking Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh.
See, like, there's one card in my hand that if I wish you hit this card instead of, like, the other card, this would have been fine. I would have had fun more going here.
By the way, didn't I summon a Battle Fader using its effect? Yes, I did. It should be banished.
Yes.
That's my bad.
Doesn't matter. Banish Monarch, Stormforth, or Prime Monarch, activate Stormforth, summon Etheria. No targets in graveyard for Arc Brave.
My hand is so fucking sad, brother.
My brother in Christ.
I
traded Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon.
Yeah, I know. It's this. This is a painful episode. The things that I'm fucking considering right now are no. Is there nothing for me to do actually. Dead ass. I'm gonna fucking pass. What? This is
Hell
bro,
yeah.
this is
We-
like we are equaling the fucking Venom episode.
Oh,
Like actually.
this is. Oh.
Here I thought like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking sick. Like, bro, like dragon deck, focus on like summoning shit, cycling shit from the graveyard, and then like finally get some like good monarchs for going first.
Fucking.
And here we are,
How?
fucking sucking on our own dicks, not doing jack shit. Oh, fuck me sideways. This is
I'm just gonna normal summon Yain, and I'm gonna swing for 1.8 thousand,
fuck you. I don't want to take the
Okay.
damage.
and then I mill 2 into my end phase, and I pass.
I'm gonna physically do bad things to people. Dude, I'm about to crash out, brother. It would
Man.
be the fucking yeah. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do it. All right. Activate domain of the true monarchs.
Yeah.
Normal summon without tributing fucking Morbius. Because
This
I
doesn't-
reduce it's the level. Oh, it's literally doesn't even work. That's so.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Because honestly, at this point, I'm fucking over it. I don't fucking care. Let's just
Yeah.
fucking do this. I won't activate the effect because you'd say you can, and you literally don't have targets for Archbrave Dragon. I was literally gonna just fucking summon it and crash into this fucking dumbass, but whatever. I'll walk over Archbrave for 800.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess that will go main 2 and yep, that's all she wrote. This dude.
Okay.
What? This is so dog shit.
I'm gonna game right now. I'm gonna activate Charge the Light Brigade to mill 3,
Oh fuck.
and I'm gonna search from my
No.
holy.
Wait, that's
It's
actually
the kid. It's the kid modo.
Luckily, it was.
I'm
Last turn.
gonna
Okay, yeah. Luckily, Archbrave isn't.
yeah,
Yet
it
I was
doesn't
like,
activate, yeah.
but okay.
I add to my hand right then.
Oh,
I
no.
could activate Good Modal right now and special summon a Dragon type monster from my hand.
You could.
Except I cannot special summon monsters except Dragon type monsters nor contact my battle phase at the turn I activate this effect.
Do you not have dragons in your hand?
I would like to special summon Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I would like to activate the effect of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to special summon. Ooh, that's actually kind of tough because
But now you can't conduct your battle phase.
I cannot conduct my battle phase. Therefore, I am fucked.
But you can summon something.
I summon Demon Dragon Lord of Felgrand.
Yep.
And I gain fucking
700.
700.
Yep.
Wait, is it 700?
Yeah.
No, it's 600, isn't it? Because it's
Oh wait. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Also, is it
Wait,
still on the field or is it?
Is that one monster controls or in their grave? Oh, you could also take from grave. Is it still?
Oh wait,
what is still in the field?
you can't even. I just realized you can't even use Domain of the True Monarchs to reduce the tribute cost of Mobius because it's not a 1,800 slash
Yeah, literally.
1,000
that was the
defense.
thing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
if I
yeah.
could have, then I would have still
Oh,
had
yeah.
Battle Fader here. As a
Yeah,
different-
but you wouldn't even. Yeah. Well, yeah. Then I was wondering if that lasts for longer. Then, like, if that lasts for the next turn as well, for example. Um, did I normal summon yet? No, right? I didn't normal summon.
Jane.
No, I didn't.
Was last
Yeah.
turn. Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, and let me just. Yeah, you cannot spell summon monsters except dragon type monsters. Okay, so I can still normal
You can
summon. So I
normal-
summon
Right.
Guardian of Felgrand, and I equip Archbrave Dragon to Guardian of Felgrand.
Can you put it below it just so it's easier to
Yeah,
track?
yeah. Now
Thank
I
you.
pass.
All right, how the fuck do we get out of this?
I mean, you just pull some bullshit. And it's okay. Then you win.
Yeah,
Well,
let me fire off fucking Return of the Monarch just for the shits and giggles and pass, because that's the card that I do, and I just wanted to show you.
Just gonna mill 3
Go for
to
it,
see if I
man.
can get one more. Yeah, then I'm gonna search one more light sword. Then
Go for it, man.
I'm gonna. Oh, this thing is actually not that bad now that I think about it. Huh.
I wish I could say the same about my entire fucking deck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna assume you have a battle fader here, but I'm gonna play the turn proper.
Wouldn't
That's
it
okay.
be funny for me to have the battle
Yeah.
fader in the first fucking 13 cards on my deck, to see all 3 of my battle faders in every single one of these episodes, I mean games, but not be able to find any of my 9, now 10 monarchs? That would be kind of crazy now, wouldn't it?
That would be kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tribute Guardian of Felgrand and Yine to summon out Archbrave and pop all your fields, all of your spells and traps, and
What
discard
did I
games
even?
for.
I literally activated this just for the
Oh,
shits and
banish
giggles
actually.
and tried to be funny about it.
They get banished. I don't want you to have that thing in your hand.
I literally like maybe could have done something. I was just like, I'm just so
Yeah.
tilted because I mean this matchup is unwinnable, and I'm literally drawing
Yeah.
as bad as you can.
I'm gonna go combat attack with Red Ice Darkness.
Yep. And
Yeah.
here it is. Here's the third fucking battle fader. Yippee.
There it is. The wait, is this actually? Oh,
But then the monarchs could have mattered if I now draw actually a monarch, but because then I would have actually been able to do something.
I haven't specialed using what the fuck is this thing called again?
I forgot. No, this
Red
is
Ice,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. And none of this shit
I'm
matters.
gonna activate the effect of Red Ice Darkness Mill Dragon, spell summoning Dragon Knight of Creation. And I'll activate the effect of Dragon Knight of Creation to discard a card from my hand and send Dragon Knight of Creation to the graveyard and special summon out the card that I sent to the graveyard. Banishing Battle Fader.
Yeah, that was the wrong button. Well, would it have mattered if I had this? I do that, then I get that. I don't think so. No. Because I always need to do this anyway. Yeah, it literally doesn't. It didn't end up matter. I mean, I would have had something for it next turn, but most likely you're going to kill me next turn anyway, so it shouldn't matter. So let's just play it out as what I've done. So Monarch Stormfront, activate Chill Charge, paying 1,000. Summon out the only target in my eligible target in my grave. Yeah. Then I will tribute your, I guess it doesn't fucking matter, I guess your biggest Felgrand, and then
I mean, yeah, okay.
For
I was about to say you could, but you can trade into it. Never mind.
Actually, it's better for me to, let me do it this way, because at least then I'll have a body on the field and maybe live until next year. Yeah, okay, it definitely would have mattered that I just would have kept Return of the Monarchs in play. That's unfortunate that I just dropped it for funsies. I'll instead summon out this by banishing one of these things, so then I can use this and the thing for this. Then we will send tribute out. Actually, would it? Because nothing here. I mean, probably, yeah, actually, never mind. It doesn't probably end up mattering because the. Oh, I'm a fucking dumbass idiot. Yeah, I don't read my cards. None of this shit matters, right? Because. Yep, none of this shit matters. We'll summon out Caius. Because that would have added, what would it have done? It would have added to my hand a either to have that for the next turn, and then I would have lived there. Yeah, okay, never mind. It would have definitely mattered. Yeah, okay. Sure thing. And, yep. Then, no battle phase, so we go main 2. And I will overlay either and Erebus for a Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon and negate the effects of all your monsters.
Oh wait, stand by main.
But with this, I would have had another. Depending on my draws, it doesn't matter. I would have had another card in my hand. Would I have gone for Erebus or either?
I would like to summon.
Have gone for either. Okay.
Using the effect of Red Ice Dark Smell Dragon, Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. And I would like to banish Ether the Heavenly Monarch. And gaining 800, right?
Yep.
Yep. And then
this.
I had something else too. I'm forgetting.
800. 500. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's not that's game. Okay.
Yeah, because literally even with Prime Monarch, because I can only activate it once per turn. Okay, yeah, so it didn't end up mattering, because I would have thinned my deck by 1. But yeah, I mean, literally, if you tried, you couldn't draw worse than I did this game. Like
this looks tough. Like this is worse than anything else I can think of. I think
because like when I was doing the 2 test hands, I was only drawing the squires. The second game, I drew 3 squires and I saw 0 monarchs. And then here, I just didn't see either of them ever. Like the fact that I never, not once, got to do like, oh yeah, let me normal Idea to be able to summon out Eidos and then use these 2 to go into one of the 2 like big monarch dudes and then use that to add stuff and then like actually do any monarch things. None of that shit happened because
you essentially
I just couldn't draw anything in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I always found. Oh yeah, I think by like in my first 8 cards of my deck, or it was 8 or 9 cards of my deck, I had seen all 3 of my battle faders.
But so to be fair, that is a good thing. It's just a shame
if
that
any of those were
accompany with anything else.
Yeah, that's the thing. If any of those were monarchs, like I could have actually done stuff with the stuff that I had because I had Stormfront. So any of the first monarchs, I could do anything. But it just like I don't think you can get more unlucky than this as one of these dumbass.
I wholly agree that this is like arguably the worst that I've ever seen you probably draw. There's like been like the Venom Mirror was a pretty good like comparison because both of us were fucking playing complete ass, and we were drawing like ass to the point where the whole thing came down to us drawing the one good card, or you drawing the one good card in the entire entire game, pretty much. And this kind of had a similar vibe in the sense that both of these decks require very specific cards to function like optimally. Obviously, like this deck has far more of them than yours.
Yeah, for sure.
Where's my
where are we currently? Let me see when because I literally for the first time I'm Emperor of Darkness. I'm genuinely interested to see, like, because if I think of this deck, it was start of 2016. Okay, I'm genuinely interested to see like what did a meta deck playing monarchs like look like, because I deadass would assume
It's the
that it's
same.
gonna be very similar to this, but just
But
have pot of duality in there. Because why would you not
it
have pot
also
of duality?
has vanities in.
Sulking monarch and I mean yeah, because after you
Yeah, which
establish
is
stuff then. But
yeah.
I literally what's here? Okay, you have red layer here. You have quick draw synchron. You have a way to go into brilliant fusion. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, this is domain monarch. Okay,
Same deck.
three Erebus, same as I was running.
Yep.
Three Ether, same I was running. Literally, two Eidos and three Idea, same as I was running. One Mithra, literally what I was running. Then you have two Kuras the Light Monarch, which was not in this, and a single Thestalos the Mega Monarch, and then Majesty's Fiend. Four cards. Okay, two of those are Monarchs, and two are one is Mega Monarch, and one is just something completely different. I had initially I had one Ryza, one Caius, and one Mobius, and in this third game I bumped it up to two Caius. So literally for those like one tribute summons, literally the same ratio. Three Pantheism,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Three Tenacity, yes. Three Return, yes. Three Monarch Stormfront, yes. Actually, three Return of the Monarchs, which was the this thing. And I was only running two of them. It never ended up mattering because I literally, the only time I could have resolved it was in this game, and it didn't end up mattering because I was dead. Okay, one Foolish, didn't have access to that. Three Domain, yes, I had three Domain. Three Twin Twisters, didn't have those because I have no access. One Upstart
Mm-hmm.
Goblin, there's your consistency, didn't have that. One Rhoda, didn't have that. One Fern, didn't have that. One Reasoning, didn't have
I
that.
have to point out,
And then
Upstart Gobbling isn't just for consistent. Like it's you thin out the deck essentially by three cards, and that's by one card in this case.
yeah,
So
it's
it's
just one. So
yeah, it's not exactly the biggest boost to
yeah,
consistency.
I mean, I'm literally scraping at straws here because then finally like three Prime Monarch, okay, yeah, and then one escalation, which was why I had one, but in this third game I sided out of it, for a second Caius. Essentially, one Rhoda, one Upstart Goblin, one Reasoning, and one for one, and one
Yeah.
Foolish. Like those five cards were three Battle Faders, one Rainbow Karibo, and the March of the Monarchs had two copies that I had, which they were not playing at all, and that was it. And literally,
Yeah.
the reason why I was running this is Felgrand.
I think that Monarchs deck, like the structure deck for Monarchs, was so strong that it was kind of the first time when they released a structure deck that was so powerful that you could actually buy three of it and argue like compete at a local level. It was the first of these kinds of structure decks, and eventually they like make that kind of the norm where you can actually play at locals with structure decks. And you can clearly tell based off the fact that this is like domain monarch is essentially the same deck as the structure deck. Like
It
the only
is,
difference is, as we've spoken, like the consistency pieces and the ways of searching stuff.
yeah, literally one thing that essentially says you're playing a 39 card deck, two things that summon from the grave deck, one that sends to grave, and then reasoning gets you something. So like obviously like pretty relevant things, but still the fact of the matter that I could basically do nothing when the difference between tournament winning decks for the time, some of the
Mhm.
best decks at the time, and my deck was five cards,
Yeah,
is fucking insanity.
it it really paints how strong monarchs were at the time, and how like when you consider the fact that they were with like the breakiest deck at the time. And it was still played at like top level events. People were still playing it at all levels of play. It's insane. Also, I think the fact that they essentially have 4 copies of Idea in because of the Rhoda is also kind of important. Actually, they have more. They have 5 copies of Idea in
Yeah, one
because
for
they
one
can use
also.
one
Let's
for one.
wait for
Yeah,
that.
that's like kind of a big deal. It's like, well, not even it's a massive deal, right? Because the allows you to essentially go into your big monarchs fairly easily, fairly painlessly. Did you get to resolve a single pantheism properly?
The draw, nope, because I never had
Yeah.
2 Monarch spell traps in my hand, apart from one of the games having the opening turn, and then I needed to.
No.
What was it? It was. Oh yeah, I had. I think second game. My hand after drawing one was Domain of the True Monarchs, Tenacity of the Monarchs, the Monarch Stormfront, and then 3 different squires. And then the next draw, after which I immediately just scooped, was I drew a second Tenacity of the Monarchs.
Fuck.
Yeah, I like someone who knows statistics. I would like to know, like, someone give me percentages of what are the odds of the draws that I had, because
Oh, that would be fun.
dead
That would be a
ass,
good
man.
fucking thing. Man, comma.
Low key, I might just turn up in case it's a 3-0 sweep. But no spoilers on what we are playing. But I will just say that we had a very different philosophy going into the stuff that we are building for the anniversary episode next week. So it most definitely is not going to be 3 hours. I can promise you it's not going to be 3 hours. So I might just for funsies like take monarchs and literally throw in 3 pot of duality and throwing a couple rotas, maybe a foolish and one for a couple one for ones. And if it's just a 3-0 sweep, then because I think like it should be still a like longer episode. So
Mhm.
maybe if it ends up being like maybe it's an hour 30 or something like that, then we can just do a fun little monarch thingy. And I know like initially you were like I would like to do more than 3, so maybe we can bump it up to 4, just literally out of me being spiteful, because
I think that's fair. I think that's based in it.
I don't know. Like I said, like the 2 test sends I did were bricky, but like dead ass, I did not like not in a million years could I have not recalled, but seen that it would end up being this bad.
Yeah.
Like not in a million years. So honestly, maybe you'll end up seeing 4 decks in the anniversary episode. And now when I'm saying maybe, you most likely will end up seeing 4 different decks. And maybe
Hell
that
yeah.
that then gives Jeexx a chance to have one where you can, I mean, I said like I'm not gonna say anything else, and we had different mentalities. Jeexx wanted to showcase the super degenerate, insanely powerful stuff of the era, and I was there like, all right, these are my favorites from this era. So
The
I guess this gives you a chance to also have fun. One that you can just do for fun, if you would like.
I would have played heroes, and then I got thought it would be cool if we showcase decks from this era, the decks that we like from this era. And I'm sitting here grasping at straws, thinking to myself, well, Inzictors don't function at this point anymore because of the fact that there's just not enough ways of supporting them. PK Fire is something we've already played a bunch of times, and that's
Yeah.
like Running Abyss is probably not gonna get played here. Cosmo is also something that I've now played twice, and I don't think that I want to play Cosmo in any, but I might play Cosmo Hero, the thing that I was playing the other week, specifically because I think that has an actual level of like potential in it.
If you
Like I
don't
was talking about it with Cloudy, and I think Cosmo Hero has flavor in it that could even take a regional.
If
Like
you
it's that level
if you
degeneracy.
don't mind me asking, is Cosmo Hero one of the three that you were planning on doing?
Not at the moment
Okay.
because I currently have, as I said, like 7 decks that I've built,
Yeah, you
and
said
I'm
like literally
still
six or
building
seven.
like more of them. I'm still thinking of more of them.
Gotcha.
And like two of them are like one of these I really want to play because I'm not gonna get a chance to play the cards in that set anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, uh, Merlin is a card that is not in a set; it's in a deck. I'm just
I
gonna say that
see.
much. So
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like you playing Noble Knights as one of those three was essentially like it was gonna happen, and it's the same as like I'm playing Dragon Rulers.
yeah, like that's a part of why I want to play Dragon Rulers versus Noble Knights because that's like the fires where my Noble Knights were forged in, quote unquote.
But yeah, we'll see if that matchup ends up happening because I'm not sure if we have talked about that before, but we will not know what each other are playing when we're going into that. So the only thing for that is that we're essentially, I mean, at this point we're like it, the I don't know if it's done in other card games. I know Hearthstone does this, where it's essentially like they also have deck bans, but all are class bans. But it's essentially like you need to win with these decks, and then whoever wins with their decks first, like then wins the whole thing. It's essentially like that way. Like okay, whoever wins with all of their decks first, that's it. So that's how we're doing it. But first, we are doing like you need to the three. Well, now it's gonna be four, and it is four. It's not a maybe. It is four at this point, and
Okay.
it's just gonna be four decks. No side deck in any of them, and it's literally like okay, you're coming in with one of them, and um, then if you whether you win or lose, like we're both switching decks the first four games, and then if after that like there are still games to be played, then you get to pick which one you're going for, and that way like you might know what the other person is playing or
Yeah, like what
so
happened last time around when we got to the last set, and I think I had like Black Wings left.
yeah, I think so.
My Black Wings Teledad deck. I completely bombed 2 games in a row.
Which is crazy, but it can happen. So I guess wait, do you did I not talk? I know I'm pretty sure there's one of my decks that you don't know what I'm playing, but I'm pretty sure you know the other three now because like now you know Monarchs is gonna be one of them. Obviously, Dragon Rule is one of them. I think you know the third though, right?
Infernord? I
I
thought you were talking about playing Infernord at some point, so.
yeah. I guess then I'm gonna be surprised in what Jeexx is playing, and Jeexx knows all four of my decks.
I mean, I can list the decks that I have built so far.
I mean, that's not gonna help me. It's whatever. At
I
this point,
mean,
I'm used to you putting in silver bullets into your deck, so it's fine.
bro, bro, I got so many rank 4 toolboxes, you don't even know what's gonna hit you.
It's gonna be so. I'm gonna show up with four different decks. And it's like, all right, so this one is a rank four toolbox playing Brilliant Fusion and Norden, and then this one
Wow!
is this toolbox playing Brilliant Fusion and Norden, and then here
Oh,
is Noble Knights, which is like, okay, now you at this point you
that's
just deserve to get shot.
See, like that's the thing. Rank 4s were so broken at this point in the game because rank 4s were the thing that got the most support in Zexal and in Arc V to the point where it's like if your deck can make a rank 4, you should probably just make rank 4s because the rank 4s can do so
Yeah,
much on their own.
I'm
And if you
pretty.
can get 3 materials, just make a fucking Telemos and get another Sidra and then get an Infinity.
Yeah, it's literally like for if you go there, like okay, I'm pretty sure if you go at this time, like look into like some tournament list and the extra deck, like I'm pretty sure like most of them, like it's you're gonna have Castle there, you're gonna have
Mhm.
probably I don't fucking know Shark if it wasn't banned, you're gonna
Shark
have
was never banned.
Exiton Knight, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
if it's not banned.
yeah, yeah. Well, this are like if it's not bad, I don't Castle was never banned, right?
Castle's never been banned. Shark has never been banned.
Okay,
Daigusto and Ixtana have been banned
yeah.
because they were just degenerate. I think Telemouse was banned for a while too.
Yeah, Zolomos, I know for a fact that was. I don't think Infinity was banned, but I think it's because it was literally like Infinity wasn't the issue. It's a good card, but it's hard to summon outside of Sidra if
Mhm.
Zolomos isn't there because rank fives aren't really that accessible. So it's
Correct.
wasn't that much of an issue. But
If you wanted to play like Infinity, you would put in like Galaxy Soldier and stuff, so that you could use Galaxy Soldier to search out a Galaxy Soldier and then some the Galaxy Soldier and make a rank 5 into Infinity.
yeah,
Well,
it's
that's it.
literally I do the same thing, but I play Galaxy Soldiers in on a theme in my Galaxy Ice deck. But
Yeah, okay,
that's why Nova and Infinity are there, so you can make Infinity.
Hey, yo, I could just put Galaxy Soldiers in my Noble Knights.
Me,
Because
me,
they're
me.
also like monsters, so I can send to the graveyard using my Noble Knights. Holy.
So essentially, what we're telling you is it's gonna be Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby next week.
I mean, in my eyes, like this is for this is the part where I play the good deck and also maybe hopefully fit in my pet deck. But the problem is, I fit in my pet deck for like 1/5 of the episodes. For 1/5 of the episodes in this entire series, I have been playing heroes, and then for like 10 others episodes, I've probably been playing Noble Knight. So it's like for 28 episodes out of 99, I have been playing heroes or Noble Knights. So
Must
it's
be nice having consistent flow of support. Oh, and I mean, I do guess that the like when we made the change, like it's like okay, hero, it's just all heroes. Then like that opened the
yeah.
floodgates. I think it would have been like maybe more interesting if it's like okay, Destiny hero is Destiny hero, but then it's weird in some cases. Maybe like
See,
because I think there's a set coming for that's focused around Destiny heroes at some point.
yeah, Destiny Soldiers.
Yeah, Destiny Soldiers. Yeah, that's it. And maybe like well, because I'm guessing you're probably playing hero there. Like maybe we could do it like you don't need to play pure just Destiny heroes, but like maybe have Destiny heroes be the focus there, and
No, no,
that could maybe be.
I'm gonna assure you, that will be pure Destiny heroes.
Oh, cool.
That
That's neat.
won't like have. Hero lives into Shadow Mist would be pretty baller, but I'm not gonna play that. I'm not gonna play Dark Law. I'm not gonna play Mask Change. I'm
Yeah, I
not
mean,
gonna play Hero.
that's like if your Destiny hero deck, if it has Dark Law, Mass Change, Shadow Mist, and Stratos, then okay, it's cool. But it's whatever. It's like essentially like it's sometimes it would be cool to like highlight the
Wait.
other parts, but
Now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't like the first time that like the last episode of Jeexx was I think Destiny and Dragoon. I think I played Destiny and
I'm
Dragoon,
pretty
and I
sure. Yeah,
actually fusion summoned
I've
it.
definitely seen like your board hit the Destiny and Dragoon, and it died to some
Yeah.
super stupid shit. I remember
just-
that.
It just didn't stay there. It just immediately poof.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
yeah,
sad.
you definitely have some Dragoon at some point. Shout
Hell
out
yeah.
the Gooners. Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm not realizing I never milked my deck, but I mean it's the fucking structure. You know what's in here.
Oh, holy shit, this deck is awful. It's a 60 card Destiny Hero, Stun Lightsworn, Nimble Monster fucking Mash with 3 copies of Polymerization in it and 3 copies of Destiny Dragoon in the extra deck.
I mean, that's kind of gas. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of gas.
This is. Holy shit. How did I summon out Destiny and Dragoon with this?
Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there because I'll be honest, I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna go turn on my oven and cook something. So, anything to say? Anything to say before we get out of here? Because the only thing that I have is like, yep, you're gonna see Monarchs again next week. Because at that point, if it bricks next week too, it's like I thought I was ready for the brick life as a Galaxy S player, but
It's harsh.
I did not know bricking, I guess. But yeah,
imagine you're so close to success. You just look at your hand and you keep thinking, if only I drew this one card that is I have 3 copies or more of in my deck and I have full access to, but I specifically need that one card and no other card will ever do. And then you just draw some shit.
Or it's
Draw some
like, if
shit.
I draw any of these 12 cards in my deck, I'll be fine. Out of the 29 remaining in my deck.
Yeah,
And oh,
it's the worst feeling. It's like, I think
it's lovely.
breaking is worse than losing. Like,
Very much so, because like
100%.
you didn't even get to play the video game, and I accidentally slid my ring into the one finger where it got stuck once, so I had
Bro.
a minor panic attack, but we good.
You're,
But
you're
yeah,
good? You're good? Okay, okay.
I have nothing else to say other than thank you so very much for bearing with us for 99 damn episodes, and we'll be. This is the final double-digit episode before we enter the big triple digits
Holy
next
fuck.
week, and looking forward to anniversary 2 and the decks that we're going to be seeing there, as well as, like I said, like 3 announcement for that. Maybe no, I need to come up with a 4th announcement. Damn.
A fourth announcement?
Yeah,
Ah,
like it's 2 whatever's, then 1 like actually cool, and now I need a 4th one. So I'm pregnant. We'll come up with something, but probably just a 3. But 4 decks next week, 3 announcements, 100 episodes behind us. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But we keep moving,
wild.
and I'm excited for what we have in store for the future of this series. So that is gonna be all from me. We'll see more Monarchs. Hopefully, actually hit the field, or even my hand next
Mm.
week, and that'll be all from me. So Jeexx, say what you want, and then send us off to the next week.
Oh, the dragons truly did rise up this time around. They were lording their status quite harshly over the monarchs, who were merely aristocrats rather than true lords
Thank
of
you
the dragon
so much
souls.
for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week for the big anniversary number 2, and have a good one, y'all. Peace.